Hey guys, this is Thomas from okitsnotenough.com, your coach helping you create more exciting and more fulfilling life. And in this video, I will show you 5 different strategies or tactics that you can use to get the most out of this year. Achieving great things in your life and getting the most out of your days, weeks, months, and years, it's not that complicated if you have the right strategies. And you may already have and use and apply various ones that are working well for you. I want to share with you 5 additional ones that you may have not been using. And when you put them in place, I can guarantee you it will make a massive difference into your performance. So one of the great strategies to accelerate your growth is reflection. And I keep mentioning this in many of my videos, but I want to give you a little bit more guidance into how you can use reflection to accelerate your growth and your progress. So the first tip that I have for you is to sit down and look back maybe for the last 6 months or 12 months and identify the moments of excellence, the moments where you did really well, whether it was interaction with other people, or maybe when you delivered a project at work or presentation that went really well. So first of all, identify those little moments when you were just kicking ass, when you were doing really well. There was a moment of excellence. And think about what was it that you did that made you do so well. There'll probably be 3 elements to that. Maybe it was something to do with the way you were thinking in that moment, how you thought about the situation, how you thought about yourself. And identify why did you do so well? What was going through your head? Now, the second element of that is something to do with your heart. What was your emotional connection, or what was your emotional experience in that moment, or in that situation? Were you inspired? Were you motivated? Were you determined? Maybe you were even angry. Maybe you were frustrated, and it helped you deliver really well. It helped you do really well and help you have this moment of excellence. And the third part of this is, what was it that you actually did? What was the action that you took? How did you behave? So we have thinking, feeling, and doing. What helped you be excellent? Because when you identify these moments of excellence, and when you understand what you actually did would help you do so well, you can then replicate that. And that's one of the best ways to improve, that you actually do more of what works. But first of all, you need to identify what it was. So the first tip is to identify those moments of excellence. What was your thinking like? What was your feeling like? And what you actually did? What were your actions like? The second tip is also based on reflection, but not about the excellence. It's more about the opposite of that, about the moments where you screwed up, where you blew the situation completely. It may be, again, at work, deliver a project, presentation, maybe your interaction with someone, maybe running or sports, because it wasn't a coincidence. Something didn't go well. And yes, we have variety of situations that are happening, that are affecting our performance at any given time that we have no control over. But there is still us in the situation with all those other variables, with our thinking, feeling, and doing, that probably affected the outcome majorly. So just as well as in the previous tip to identify the moments of excellence, I want you to identify the moments of when you screwed up, when you completely blew it, because understanding what was going through your head. How did you think about the situation? How did you think about yourself? Maybe you thought you're not good enough. Maybe you thought that people didn't like you. Maybe you thought that the people that were involved were looking down at you, and that affected your confidence. But was it based on actual facts? And even if it was there a way to distance yourself from that? So what was your thinking like that made you not perform well? Then again, emotionally, how were you feeling about the situation? How are you feeling about yourself, your possibilities, the potential of the situation, the possible outcomes, understanding that will also help you identify what are some of the actions or maybe habits that caused you not to perform well. And again, third element of that is what is it that you actually did? What actions affected that outcome negatively, or maybe what inactions affected the outcome? Very often, things don't go well because we ignore things, we ignore problems, we ignore urgencies and our commitments, and we postpone it and we procrastinate, so we don't take any action, and then it's too late to do well. So just as in the previous tip, we look at the moments of excellence, so you can identify them and replicate them. In this second tip, we're looking at the moments where you didn't do well, when you messed up. Because again, identifying, how did you contribute to that, or how did you cause it, by your thinking, by your feeling, by your doing, will help you avoid the same mistake again. Because when you see, oh, I did this, and this is the actions I took, maybe I didn't, and how I felt about myself and about the situation, how I thought about the people and myself and so on, prevent that from happening again. Working on that will help you not to make the same mistakes again. The third strategy that will help you accelerate your progress, your growth, but not just that, also with your motivation, commitment and determination, is to immerse yourself in that process, immerse yourself in that goal. And whatever that might be, whether you want to lose weight, whether you want to complete marathon, whether you want to start a business or learn how to do public speaking, immerse yourself fully into it. Let it become part of your life. Don't be afraid to deep dive into that topic by reading books. There are so many books on any topic. Watching YouTube videos, there are so many experts out there that teach a lot about that stuff. Again, whatever the goal might be, you will definitely find someone on YouTube who is sharing their knowledge with you. Listen to podcasts. Amazing. When you commute, when you maybe in the gym, you can fill up that time with not just doing a workout or not just commuting, but also learning something along the way. Because when you immerse yourself into the process, you'll start learning new techniques, new tips, new strategies. But also you will be listening to people who are super passionate about the topic. And their passion will rub off on you. And when you're passionate about something, it's so easy to commit your time to it. It's so easy to push a little harder and to stay consistent and stay committed. And when you immerse yourself, it will become part of your life. And when it's part of your life, it becomes a little bit harder to give it up. It will become a little bit harder to procrastinate. So don't be afraid to go all in and learn more and become passionate about it and excited about it, and just start soaking in information which you will have to apply. It's not enough just to learn, but that's a whole different story. This point is about immersing yourself. The fourth tip that I have for you is super simple. It's so simple that most people ignore it. And the tip is to set achievable milestones. So maybe you have a goal that will take weeks, months, or maybe even years to accomplish. And here is my question. If you don't have these milestones that you can celebrate on a regular basis, you'll be just hustling and pushing hard for months and months without celebrating along the way. That's going to be a pretty miserable journey, I can guarantee you that. Yet, when you set milestones, so for example, weight loss, you want to lose, let's say 20 kilos. If that's your goal, either you're starting here and when you achieve, or when you lose 20 kilos, then you will be happy, then you feel like, I'm hot. But you're going to feel pretty demotivated 2 months in, because it will take some time to lose that weight. Whereas if you set milestones, you break your goals down into little steps. So let's say every 2 kilos is going to be a milestone that you mark in your calendar, that you celebrate a little bit. probably not with a cake, but with just something, just acknowledgement and feeling good. Maybe you can tweet about it, maybe you can post about it on Facebook, maybe you can just tell your partner or a friend that, hey, I'm working out, I've already lost 2 kilos. Even just if you keep it to yourself, it's a great feeling that will encourage you to keep working and celebrate again when you lose another 2 kilos. So whatever your goal is, make sure that it's not 2 points at the beginning and the end, but break the goal down into lots of milestones. Could be easily weekly. Sometimes you may have a daily milestones, to complete that particular run or complete that particular exercise or the work that you put in. And don't forget to celebrate those little milestones. Just let it sink in and feel it and appreciate your effort and everything that you're committing to it. And the last tip is my favorite, and most people are so bad at it. Guess what it is? It's to be patient. It's to be patient. We live in the world and culture where everything is happening so quick. You can communicate with anyone instantly. You can order something and you have it delivered the same day. We live in a world where everything happens so fast. And we expect the results to come just as fast. And you may not admit it to yourself, but hey, do you ever get frustrated that you're putting work in and you've been working on something for a few days or a couple of weeks and the results are not quite as you expected? Hey, I'm a coach. I work with people who are working towards their goals, and I can see it every single day that people get frustrated that the results are not coming as fast as they would love. It's because when you work on something meaningful, when you work on something substantial, it takes time. It takes time sometimes because the work that you're putting in just needs to accumulate to get the result. Sometimes when you work on yourself, we literally are rewiring our brain and the way we think, and that takes time. Think about learning an instrument, or a new language. You may be going through the exercises and it still takes time because you're literally changing yourself. You're changing structures and connections in your brain, and these neurons need a little bit of time to create these new pathways and new ways of thinking. So be patient with yourself. I can tell you that lack of patience kills majority of goals. So if this resonates, if you ever catch yourself being impatient, just take a step back and think about, yes, it's going to take maybe a few more months. But in a few more months, I can look back and think, why did I give up a few months ago? Because I don't have the goal. Or I don't have the result now. Or you can look back knowing that you put in the work and the result is right there. Because time is going to pass. You don't have to rush. If something takes you a year to accomplish, hey, you're going to be around in a year, and you can choose whether you'll be around with the result or without the result. So be patient. I will share with you a quick tip that will help you improve your ability to be patient, with essentially is the ability to stay focused. So think about some activity that you do that requires focus. It may be reading a book, maybe you're working on your computer, maybe you're writing something, maybe you're cooking. As you know, there are thousands of things that are demanding our attention, whether it's your phone, beeps that you got a new text message, maybe you get notification that you got a new email, or someone messaged you on Facebook. What we usually do, we get distracted and we just jump straight at it. We need to know what's going on. Practice to postpone or to fight the urge to check something, instantly. Just practice to stay focused on what you're doing. Hey, nothing major is going to happen if you don't answer that email or text message for the next 15, 30 minutes. But when you practice to stay focused and not get distracted by the other things, It will help you improve the ability to be patient and to wait until you've finished with something, rather than just being drawn by the next shiny thing and these urgencies that are in our life all the time. So practice the ability to stay focused, because it's very closely related to patience. So guys, this is it. I hope it's been useful. Don't just watch these videos and let it pass by. Maybe take one of those tips or all 5 and start putting them in practice. Start experimenting with them, because I'm sharing with you only what worked for me and what I know that worked for my clients. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the little bell, because you'll always get a notification when I release a new video, which will help you accelerate your growth and get better. And I'm looking forward to see you on another video. And by the way, if you need more clarity about what areas of your life you should be working on, then take the free lifestyle scorecard that is on my website. Just click on the link in the description. It will take you straight there. It'll take you a couple of minutes to complete it, and you will receive a beautiful report that will show you the 9 key areas of your life and how well you're doing in every single one of those. Some of them you may be doing really well, but some of them you may be doing quite poorly in. And the problem is that usually those areas have a sort of snowball effect on the other areas of your life and negatively impact those as well. And not only that, you will also receive tips for every single one of those areas of actions that you can start taking to improve them. So click on the link in the description, take the scorecard, it's free, and it will bring you a lot of clarity into what to do next.